What's going on, Knicks fans? We've got a lot of Knicks rumors to get to, but before we do, I want to ask this question. Who would you rather have as your 2022 starting point guard? Malcolm Brogdon? Type MB in the comment section for me. Or if you want to roll with Jaden Ivey, you can type JI in the comment section. Or if you think Jalen Brunson is the guy the Knicks should go after, go down in the comment section and type JB. What's going on, guys? You are watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and we have some news and rumors to get to as NBA free agency is just around the corner and it is officially NBA draft week. But let's start it off with the rumors coming out around Jalen Brunson. Jake Fischer of Bleacher Report put out an article this morning where he said the Knicks are looking to clear $25 million in cap space to sign Brunson and NBA free agency. Right now, the Knicks, they don't have enough money or available money in the cap space department to go out and sign Jalen Brunson. So another way they could facilitate this move is by signing Brunson to a sign and trade, which the Mavs have made it seem pretty clear that they are not in the interest or in the camp of helping facilitate that type of deal. This is what Fischer had to say. He talked a little bit at length more about Jalen Brunson and those Knicks rumors, and he said the Knicks are said to be targeting roughly $25 million in cap room to be able to chase Dallas Mavericks point guard Jalen Brunson. And they are expected to find new homes for Alec Burks, Nerlens Noel, among others. And that makes sense. Trade the players that are on the 1 year, 1+1 deal, as I like to call them. They have one guaranteed year left on their contract, and they also have a player option for next year, like Alec Burks or Nerlens Noel. Derrick Rose, he has 2 years, and these are the exact numbers of what it looks like of how much money these guys are going to be being paid in the 2022 season. Alec Burks, he's getting paid $10 million. He has a player option, or a team option, for 2023. So it could be an expiring deal. Same for Kemba Walker, same for Nerlens Noel. Derrick Rose and Evan Fournier, they still have 2 years on their deals with a team option for the next year. Fournier makes $19 million this year, while Derrick Rose makes $14.5 million. Trading 2 of those 5 guys would have enough room created for the Knicks to go out and get Jalen Brunson. And they need to make a move. You can't sit on your hands much longer. We're past the honeymoon stage of the Leon Rose move where he was hired as the Knicks general manager. The Knicks can't win just 37 games next year because Tom Thibodeau and Leon Rose, if they struggle next year, are going to be on the hot seat for the New York Knicks. And everybody knows that, and they know that, and that's why they're looking to make a big-time move. And once that move happens, I promise you we are going to be breaking it down on this channel. All we do here at New York Knicks Now is react to the latest news and rumors around the Knicks. And with the NBA draft in a couple of days and free agency right after that, our coverage is heating out. We are putting out videos every single day. So if you're looking for a channel on YouTube to stay up to date on everything under the sun when it comes to the New York Knicks, I promise you we're your channel. Go down right now and hit that big red button. There's a lot of talk about Brunson to the Knicks, and deservedly so, because there's some ties there. He's from New Jersey. He grew up in the area. Leon Rose was his first agent in the NBA, who, as we know, is the Knicks general manager. And Jalen Brunson's dad, Rick Brunson, was an early client for Leon Rose. Also, his dad played for the New York Knicks. Now he coaches for the New York Knicks, and the Knicks have been chasing Jalen Brunson since the 2020 NBA season. It makes a lot of sense why the Knicks want to go after a guy like Brunson. He's from the area. He plays hard. In my opinion, he embodies what it means to be a point guard of the New York Knicks. He does everything on the basketball court. My favorite thing about him is about how efficient of a player he is. He shot 50% from the field in the regular season while shooting 37% from 3. And his true shooting percentage the last 2 seasons were nearly 62% and 59%, while only having a usage rating of 21.9, which was 118th in the NBA. He's also just 25 years old. And the way that I know he's a primetime player is what he did in the playoffs. He improved in his statistics in every category. He went from 16 points to nearly 22. He still shot 47% from the field. He shot 35% from three-point range. For a smaller guy that's only about 6'2", 6'3", he's an efficient scorer at the point guard spot. And that's rare to find because in today's NBA game, all the smaller guards just want to jack up threes. And that's not Brunson's game. He can score at all 3 levels. He can do it from beyond the arc. He can do it from the mid-range. He can finish with the left or the right around the rim, and he's also got a little back to the basket game. He plays a little bit of bully ball at that point guard spot. But the question is he worth $25 million per year? So let's look at all of the highest paid point guards in the NBA for the 2022 NBA season. These are the top 10 guys. John Wall and Russell Westbrook, they have player options that no doubt they are going to opt into because, look, they're not going to be paid $47 million anywhere else in the NBA. Same with Kyrie Irving. He has a player option, which sounds like he's going to decline it, trying to get that 5-year, $250 million max. But I don't think Brunson is in this tier of $30+ million. But I do think he fits in this tier, where you got guys like SGA getting paid $30 million, or Mike Conley getting paid $22 million, or Spencer Dinwiddie getting paid $20 million. I'm all for paying Jalen Brunson $25 million per year. At the end of the day, the Knicks have to make a move for a point guard. I'd be okay with rolling with Immanuel Quickley as the starting point guard next year, but I cannot go through another season with Alec Burks getting starts at the point guard spot for the New York Knicks. It's not good for my health. It's not good for my job. It's not good for you watching this video. I know we need to make a move. I know you want to make a move. I'm tired as a Knicks fan sitting on our hands and hoping that super agent Leon Rose finally does something, but I'm getting a little bit of an itch that it might be this summer. I'll ask you this question. We'll continue to break down Jalen Brunson, and we'll talk about Leon Rose in a second. But would you offer Brunson $25 million per year? Let's say a 4-year, $100 million contract. Would you do that? Type P for pay, or if you think that's a little bit too much for Brunson, I understand that. You can go down in the comment section and type T for too much. With the NBA draft just a couple of days away, I want to let you know that we're going live on our main Chat Sports channel that has over 300,000 subscribers at youtube.com/chatsportstv for every pick of the 2022 NBA draft. My guy Harrison Graham and Chase Sr., they're going to be breaking down every single pick. It's going to be way more entertaining than the ESPN or NBA TV broadcast. So join us Thursday, June 23rd. We'll be live a couple of hours before the draft doing a pregame show. My guys do a great job. Join us, youtube.com/chatsportstv. The bottom line is, whether it's Jalen Brunson or something, get it done, Leon. We are in, like I've said earlier in the video, we're past the honeymoon phase. It is time for super agent Leon Rose to make it happen, because that's why he was hired as the face of the New York Knicks basketball operations, or whatever title you want to give it to. He's the move maker. He's the money maker. The reason he got this job is because all the connections that he was supposed to have that would help him land a star in New York. And he has all those connections with a guy like Jalen Brunson. He knows his dad. He was the agent for his dad. His dad now works for the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson is a perfect fit on the Knicks for so many different reasons, in my opinion. He fits the timeline of what the Knicks want to do. He fits that youth movement. He's just 25 years old. Obi Toppin, he's just 24. R.J. Barrett just turned 22. Quentin Grimes is 22. Immanuel Quickley is 23. Cam Reddish is still a young player. Jericho Sims is still a young player. So is Miles McBride. And for all those reasons, it makes so much sense. But in the NBA, in 2022 and going forward, you're only as good as your point guard. And right now, the Knicks really don't have one. I love Immanuel Quickley, but I see him more so in that super six-man type of role where he can come off the bench, give you buckets, score in a flurry. And I think he could play in a backcourt alongside a guy like Jalen Brunson. We saw Quickley and Derrick Rose be an awesome duo off the bench. So signing Jalen Brunson isn't going to, lower the opportunities for Immanuel Quickley. He's still going to play a lot of minutes. But a backcourt of Brunson and R.J. Barrett going forward is something, as a Knicks fan, I could for sure get behind. I think it's also important to list other point guard options if the Knicks strike out on Jalen Brunson, because there's still a lot of belief among NBA circles that Brunson is going to go back to the Dallas Mavericks, and that makes some sense. But if the Knicks go out and offer him 4 years, $100 million, and they're able to create cap space by trading guys like Burks, Noel, or Evan Fournier and sign him outright, that's definitely a possibility. But if that doesn't happen, Malcolm Brogdon is a guy that we've talked about on the show. There's rumors that have linked him to the New York Knicks. Jaden Ivey is a possibility. We've heard Ivey speak glowingly about the Knicks in an unprompted interview, and we know the Knicks are interested in trading up to get a guy. We broke down the Kyrie Irving trade rumors yesterday about potentially a sign and trade there, or just pursuing him in NBA free agency, because those two sides, Irving and the Nets, don't sound like they're coming close to a deal. Or you could go after Colin Sexton, who is a restricted free agent by the Cleveland Cavaliers, but maybe they want to roll with Darius Garland. Or a sneaky guy that maybe you could offer the mid-level exception to in Tyus Jones, who played great in the playoffs and also played really well in the 20-plus games that Ja Morant missed this year when he took his spot as the starting point guard. In my opinion, it's going to be one of those 5 guys, Emmanuel Quickley or Jalen Brunson as the starting point guard for the New York Knicks in 2022. But I want to leave it all up to you guys right now. Predict it for me in the comments section. Who will be the Knicks point guard next season? I appreciate everybody that's made New York Knicks Now a part of their day today. If you made it this far in the video, you're a real one. So type it in the comments section so I can decipher the fakers from the real ones. If you made it this far, type real one in the comments section right now.